COVID-19 కారణంగా విద్యకు దూరమైన ప్రభుత్వ పాఠశాలల విద్యార్థులకు శుభవార్త. శ్రీ పొట్టి శ్రీరాములు నెల్లూరు జిల్లా కలెక్టర్ శ్రీ ఎంవి శేషగిరి బాబు గారు మరియు జిల్లా ఎస్పీ శ్రీ భాస్కర్ భూషణ్ గారి సూచనల మేరకు 8, 9వ తరగతులు చదువుతున్న విద్యార్థులకు రెమెడియల్ తరగతులను జిల్లా విద్యాశాఖాధికారి మరియు డిపిసి సమగ్ర శిక్ష శ్రీ ఎం జనార్దనాచార్యులు మరియు ఏపీసీ సమగ్ర శిక్ష డాక్టర్ వి బ్రహ్మానందరెడ్డి గార్ల పర్యవేక్షణలో ప్రతిరోజు ఉదయం 11 గంటల నుండి 12 గంటల వరకు 9వ తరగతి మరియు ప్రతిరోజు సాయంత్రం 3 గంటల నుండి 4 గంటల వరకు 8వ తరగతికి సంబంధించిన భౌతిక రసాయన శాస్త్రములలో పాఠ్యాంశాలు ప్రసారమగును. ఈ అవకాశాన్ని విద్యార్థులు సద్వినియోగపరచుకోగలరు.
వెల్కమ్ చిల్డ్రన్. I am V. Kalyan Kumar, School Assistant Physical Science, Jetpay High School, Pathabetagunta. Today we are going to learn matter around us for 8th class students. In this lesson, we are going to learn what is matter, different states of matter, properties of matter. In properties of matter, rigidity, volume, compressibility, diffusion, interparticle space, force of attraction, changes of matter, melting, evaporation, condensation, freezing, conditions for changing state of matter, uses of changing matter, melting point and boiling point. In our surroundings, so many things like chalk piece, duster, pen, milk, water, air, spoon, plate, soap, so many things. These are all different matters. First of all, we are going to learn what is matter. I am going to give a small example. This chalk piece is made up of a small particles. Look here. These are all the small particles. Chalk piece is made up of these type of particles. These particles are called as atoms and molecules. Atoms are molecules. Group of atoms are called molecules. Chalk piece is made up of different particles. Atoms, those are atoms and molecules. What is matter? Matter is made up of small particles like atoms and molecules. Food we eat in solid state, water we drink in liquid state, air we breathe is gaseous state. Matter occupies space. Why? In what way? These are all divided into different states. Based on the arrangement of particles, particles are divided into 3 states. All of you look here, solid, liquid, gas. Based on the arrangement of particles, matter mainly classified into 3 states: solid state, liquid state, gaseous state. Here the molecules are arranged orderly, very close to each other. So here all of you look in liquid, the particles are far, they are distant. In gases, the particles are very far one to each other. So particles, matter divided into 3 main phases: solids, liquids, gases. Here I am going to give you some different kinds of matters: stone, fruit, milk, honey, air, oxygen, salt, rice, lemon juice, petrol, nitrogen, doll, iron, diesel, water, argon, copper, neon, oil, krypton. Children, please classify the above matter into different phases. Under solid, stone, fruit, salt, rice, iron, copper. Why you keep these matter under solid? Because in those substances the particles are very close to each other, so they classified under solid. Next, we are going to write liquids: milk, lemon juice, petrol, diesel, water, oil. Why you classify those substances in liquid? Because the particles are some distant to each other, and then go to gases. Under gases, air is a mixture of several gases like oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, argon, neon, krypton, xenon. So air is a gas. Why air is a gas? In that air there are so many particles. Particles are very far away from each other. So very good children, you classified all those substances well. We are going to learn the properties of matter. Any matter occupies space, and then there are 6 main properties of solids, properties of matter. 1, rigidity, and then second, volume, and then third one, compressibility, and then fourth, diffusion. Next, interparticle space, force of attraction. First we are going to learn about rigidity. What is the means of rigidity? Rigidity means, it means the arrangement of particles. Here it is a solid. Take it is a solid. The particles in this matter is very close to each other. It has a definite shape. So it has rigidity. It has rigidity. Take water. What is the shape of water? If you fill the water in a conical flask, it occupies that shape. It fills the same water into beaker, it occupies in this shape. Same water, you fill the water into test tube, it occupies in this shape. So liquids has no rigidity because water filled in different containers, the water occupies in the shape of container. So liquids has no rigidity. And then gases. Do you said what is the shape of gas? Oxygen, shape of oxygen, shape of nitrogen. No, it has no shape because in our surroundings air is a mixture of several gases. The gases are mixing each other, so we cannot distinguish the shape of oxygen and nitrogen and other gases. So gases also have no rigid shape, no rigid. Okay, all of you look here. These are all different shape of containers: beaker, long necked round bottom flask, conical flask, test tube, beaker, and other container filled with different liquids. The different occupies in different shapes. So liquids has no rigid. Go to second property, volume. First, solid. This is a cube having the side length 5 centimeters. Can you find the volume? Yes, how can you find? By using S cube, we can find 5 into 5 into 5, 125 cubic centimeters. We can find the volume of cube. Solids have fixed volume. And then go to liquids. Can we measure the liquids? Petrol, diesel. Here a liquid 50 milliliters. We can measure the liquids in terms of milliliters. We can measure petrol, diesel and kerosene, different types of milk, all we can measure by using milliliters and liters. So liquids also have definite volume. Sometimes we can measure so that they are all having different volumes. Can we measure the air? Yes, we can measure the air. In cylinders, CNG, LPG gases are filled in cylinders. They are all measured in terms of volume in kgs. Air have also volume. Next, and then going to third property, compressibility. Compressibility, what is compressibility? Press the particles. If you press the particles comes to each other. That property is called as compressibility. Can we compress solid? This is a solid. Solid, take it solid, press it. Can we press the solid? No, it is impossible. Why? The particles are very close to each other. There is no place between the particles. So we cannot compress. We cannot compress the solids. Can we compress the liquid? Can we compress the liquid? We are going to learn with an activity. Here, take two syringes, one filled with air and another filled with water. Close the nozzle and try to press it, and try to press the piston. I am trying to press the piston. Next, this is the another syringe filled by air. I am closing the nozzle and trying to press. It is very hard. So gases, particles are very far away. We can compress those particles. We can press those particles. The particles come to very close. We can arrange the particles in a closed place. So gases has greater compressibility. Next property, diffusion. What is diffusion? Diffuse. Diffuse means the particles moves one place to another. The particles of solids diffuse? No, because the particles are very close to each other. Between the force of attraction between the particles are very high, so they cannot diffuse. In liquids, diffuse one another. This is a liquid, this is another liquid. If you mix these two liquids, they are mixed with each other. So liquids diffuse one to other. Next, diffusion. There are different kinds of diffusion. First, solids diffuse into liquid. Solids diffuse into liquids. Take a glass filled with water. Take some salt. Salt is solid state, water liquid. If you add some salt into water, diffuses. Salt diffuse into water. Solids diffuse into water. Next, take water in a glass, add food color. Food color is a solid particles. If you add food color into water, diffuse very easy. So solids diffuse into liquids. Another example. Next, solid diffuse into gas. Naphthalene. Naphthalene ball. Do you see the naphthalene ball? Yes. When you keep it in air for 1 or 2 days, what will happen? The size of the naphthalene ball will decrease. The particles in naphthalene ball, it is a solid particles. They diffuse into air. So solids diffuse into air. Okay. Go to another, camphor. Camphor is a solid. Light that camphor with a matchstick. Those solid particles diffuse in air. The smoke and those solid particles diffuse in air. Next, liquid into liquid. Here is milk. Here is water. Two are liquids. These two are liquids. I am mixing these two liquids each other. All of you look here. These two liquids mix with each other, diffuse. Milk diffuse in water, liquids diffuse in liquid. Liquid milk is a liquid, it diffuse in water. Water is also liquid. You can diffuse liquid into liquid. It is lemon juice. Take water in a beaker. Lemon juice is liquid. Add the lemon juice in water. Diffuse or not? It is a homogeneous mixture. Lemon juice mix in water. If you mix in water, they diffuse one another, gets a homogeneous mixture. So liquids diffuse into liquids. Next, liquids to gas. If you expose petrol in air for some time, what happens? Particles of petrol diffuse into air. So liquid diffuse in air. Next, this is scent. Scent is liquid state. The liquid particles, if you spray the scent, the particles diffuse in air. We can feel the perfume of the scent. So liquid diffuse into gas. Next, gas diffuse into liquid. Gas diffuse into liquid. Our blood, oxygenated blood, purified blood, oxygen is mixed in the blood to get purified, it gets some energy. In cool drinks, carbon dioxide gas is diffused. So gases diffuse into liquid. Gases diffused into gas. If you light an incense stick, smoke and perfume or gas particles, they diffuse in air in our surroundings. How do you know? The perfume of the incense stick we can feel. So gas diffuse into gas. Air is a mixture of several gases like oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen and other gases. They mix with each other. All are hydrogen gas, nitrogen gas. These are gases, they mix one to each other. So gases diffuse into gas. Okay. Next, go to next property, interparticle space. First of all of you look here, the arrangement of particles in solids, liquids and gases. All of you look here. In solid, the particles are very close. Do you see? There is no interparticle space because the particles are close to each other. There is no interparticle space in solids. Next, go to liquid. The particles, all of you see the arrangement of particles. The particles are arranged one to each other some distant. So interparticle space is there. Take a beaker, fill with water, add some sugar. Do you get any change in the level of the water? No, after dissolving the sugar. There is no change in the level because that sugar reaches in the interparticle space of the water. So liquids have some interparticle space. Next, gas. All of you look the arrangement of particles in gas. In gas, there are so many particles the particles arranged, the particles are very far one to each other. There is so many space in between the particles. So interparticle space is very no interparticle space in solid, very some interparticle space in liquid. There is a large interparticle space in gas. Next, go to next property, force of attraction. If you place the two magnets of dislike poles, they attract, they come to each other, then only they attract. Because if you keep those magnets at a long distance, they attract each other? No. Why? Because they are very far. Then here solid. In solid, the particles are very close to each other. So the force of attraction is very high. In liquids, the particles are some distant. The interparticle space is moderate. The force of attraction is also moderate. Next, gases. This is the arrangement of particles in gases. In gases, the particles are very far away to each other. So it has more interparticle space, has less force of attraction. We are going to compare all those properties in a table. First column, different properties, solids, liquids, gases. First, rigidity. Solid have rigid, liquids no rigid, gases no rigid. Volume, fixed, it has fixed volume, solids has fixed volume, liquids sometimes fixed, next gases sometimes fixed volume. Compressibility, solids cannot compress, so no compressibility. Liquids, yes, we can compress, yes, it has compressibility. Next, gases, we can compress the gas particles, so yes, it is compressible. Next, diffusion, solid particles are very close to each other so that they do not diffuse. Liquids, yes, liquid particles diffuse. Next, gases also diffuse. Next, force of attraction. Force of attraction is more in solids, moderate in liquids, less in gases. Interparticle space. Interparticle space is less in solids, moderate in liquids, more in gases. More in gases. So finally, solids have no rigid, they cannot compressible, they has fixed volume, they do not diffuse, the force of attraction is more, the interparticle space is less. In liquids, there is no rigidity. Liquids, we can measure the volume of liquids, we can compress the liquids, liquids diffuse into gases, diffusion property is there. There is a moderate force of attraction in liquids. Interparticle space is also moderate. In gases, gases are no rigid. The volume of gases sometimes fixed, we can measure the volume of gases, so it has a fixed volume. We can compress the gases. For example, LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, butane and methane are gases. They are compressed and filled in a cylinder. So gases are highly compressible, CNG, compressed natural gas. Today we are using this as fuel in cars, buses and other automobiles. In this CNG, the gas, natural gas is compressed and stored. So gases are highly diffusible. Next, force of attraction is very less. Next, interparticle space is more in gases. Okay children, we know different states of matter. We can change the state of matter from one phase to another phase. How it is possible? We are going to do some activity. Take a beaker, and fill with ice cubes. Left for some time. What happens? Say children, beaker filled with ice cubes, exposed to air for some time. What happens? After 1 hour, you can observe the entire all ice cubes changes into water. Is there any change in phase? Here, ice cubes, solid shape, water, a liquid shape. By heating, we can change the phase. Here, ice cubes are solid, water in liquid state. By heating, we can change solid phase to liquid phase. Is there, if you keep a thermometer in ice cubes, observe the rising in temperature till all ice cubes convert into water. What do you observe? There is no rising in the temperature of thermometer, but changing in the solid phase to liquid phase, there is no change in temperature. That temperature is called melting point. This process is called melting. What is melting? The process of changing solid into liquid at constant temperature is called melting. What is melting? Melting is nothing but the change of phase from solid to liquid. What do you observe in melting? In melting occurs at a fixed temperature, at constant temperature, temperature is constant while melting. That temperature, constant temperature, is called melting point of that liquid. Next, take water in a beaker, heat with a Bunsen burner. What happens? Heat the beaker with a Bunsen burner. What happens? The entire liquid change into vapor. Here, by heating liquid, changing the phase, liquid to gas, this phenomena is called evaporation. This phenomena is called evaporation. What is evaporation? This process of changing liquid phase to gaseous phase is called evaporation. While doing this activity, keep thermometer in water. You find any rising in temperature? Yes, you can observe the rising in temperature while heating from 0 to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 up to 100. The rising temperature gradually. After that, it reaching 100 degrees. Is there any change? Though we are giving heat, there is no change in temperature. Why? Why it happens? At that point, enter all liquid particles exposed into air. All liquid particles goes into air in bulk. This is a bulk phenomenon. This phenomenon is called boiling. Boiling. What is called boiling? The changing of a phase from liquid to gas at constant temperature is called boiling. What is the difference between evaporation and boiling? In these two, changing liquid to gas, but in evaporation, changing of phase from liquid to gas at any temperature, occur at any temperature, but boiling occurs at constant temperature. What is the difference between evaporation and boiling? Evaporation is a phenomena, changing of liquid phase to gaseous phase at any temperature is called evaporation. If you clean the floor with water, after some time the water disappears. What happens? The evaporation takes place. After washing the cloths, dry it. The cloths dry very easily. At any temperature, the cloths dry. The evaporation takes place at any temperature. But boiling also changing the phenomena of liquid phase to gaseous phase at constant temperature. That is called boiling point. Okay, this is the major difference. Evaporation occurs at any temperature, boiling occurs at constant temperature. Do you know the boiling point of water? Boiling point of water, do you know the boiling point of water? Where the water boil when you heat at 100 degrees Celsius. The boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, go to natural example. Do you see the clouds in rainy season in our atmosphere? When clouds cool, what happens? You will see the rain in clouds, water in gaseous state, water vapor, rain a liquid state. What is that phenomena is called? Condensation. That is condensation, changing of phase from vaporous state to liquid state. When does it occurs? By cooling. By cooling the water vapor, by cooling the water vapor, cool. By cooling the water vapor, the phase change, gaseous phase to liquid phase. This phenomena is called condensation. What is condensation? What is condensation? changing of phase from gaseous state to liquid state. Okay. Next, take some water in a glass, keep the glass in fridge for 2 hours. What happens? The water becomes ice. Is there any change in phase? Yes, there is a change in phase. The water in liquid state changes into ice, means solid state. This process is called solidification. Solidification or freezing. Solidification or freezing. Solidification or freezing. What is freezing? What is freezing? The process of changing liquid state to solid state by cooling. By cooling is called freezing. Is called freezing. So these are all the different types of processes to change the phase. By changing temperature, by changing pressure, we can change phase. Here, changing temperature, heating, increasing the temperature, cooling, decreasing the temperature. By increasing the temperature and by decreasing the temperature, we can change phase. By changing pressure also, we can change the state. How it is possible? In LPG gas cylinder, CNG gas cylinder, there is a butane methane gaseous particles. They are compressed, highly compressed, and decrease the temperature. The gaseous phase changes into liquid phase. It occupies very less place. This phenomena is using in LPG cylinders. By changing temperature and by changing pressure, we can change the phase. We can change the phase. I am going to introduce another phenomena that is called sublimation. Take camphor. What is the state of camphor? It is in solid state. Okay. Keep it and light with a matchstick. Light with matchstick. Yes. What happens? Solid particles directly changing into gas. Directly changing into gas. Do not reaching into liquid state. Okay. This is another phenomena is called sublimation. What is sublimation? Sublimation is a phenomena changing solid to gas. Solid to gas is called sublimation. Next, we can change gas into solid. That phenomena is called resublimation. Resublimation. I am going to introduce another phase in addition to the solid liquid gas, that is plasma. The research is going on this state. It has very large energy. We are going to learn factors of evaporation. What are the factors affecting evaporation? Number 1, surface area. Number 2, temperature. Number 3, wind speed. Fourth one, humidity. First, surface area. Keep milk in saucer, same amount of milk in a cup. Which evaporates first? The milk in saucer evaporates first because it has more surface area. The milk in cup evaporates less than that of saucer because of it's having less surface area. So more surface area, more evaporation, less surface area, less evaporation. Next, go to temperature. If you wash clothes and dry in air in rainy season and in summer season, washed clothes dry quickly in summer than rainy because the temperature in summer season very high, the temperature in winter or rainy is very less. So more temperature, more evaporation takes place. Next, go to wind speed. Go to wind speed. Take 2 dishes, identical 2 dishes. Take 5 milliliters of spirit in both of them. Keep one dish in atmosphere, keep another dish in a room. All of you observe after 5 minutes. What do you observe? The spirit kept in room evaporates less than the dish which kept in air because the wind is blowing in outside of the room, so evaporates more. There is no wind blowing in room, the evaporation is also less. More wind speed, more evaporation takes place. Okay, and last we are going to learn about humidity. If you dry wet cloths in rainy season and if you dry the same wet cloths in summer season, the cloths dry quickly in summer than rainy because in rainy there is humidity. More humidity, less evaporation. Less humidity, more evaporation takes place. These are all the factors affecting evaporation. This is very, very important for 10th class and 9th class. Factors affecting evaporation is surface phenomena, temperature, wind speed and humidity. These 4 factors affects evaporation. First of all, we are going to conclude the factors. More surface area, more evaporation takes place. If temperature is high, evaporation is also more. If wind speed is more, evaporation is also more. They are directly proportional to each other because surface area is more, evaporation is more. Temperature is more, evaporation is more. Wind speed is more, evaporation is more. But more humidity, less evaporation. But here humidity also influences the evaporation. In the atmosphere, more humidity, evaporation will be less. Today we will learn about matter. What is matter? Sum up all those points. The matter is a mixture of small particles like atoms and molecules. Different states of matter. Matter mainly classified into 3 states: solid, liquid, gas. I introduced another state of matter, that is plasma. Today we learn main 6 properties. Rigidity. Rigidity means shape of that phase. Next, volume. Volume means occupies place. Rigidity, solids have rigidity, liquids have and gases no rigid. Volume. Volume means occupies space, solid have fixed space, and sometimes liquid and gases also volume. Next, compress. Compressibility means by pressing the particles we can change the phase. That phenomena is called compressibility. We can compress liquids and gases, we cannot compress solids. Another important phenomena, diffusion. What is diffusion? The particles moves one place to another. Liquids and gases, in diffusion liquids and gases is more because the particles are very far to one another, so we cannot diffuse solids. Next, force of attraction. Force of attraction is more in solids, moderate in liquids, less in gases. Interparticle space, another property. Interparticle space is less in solids, moderate in liquids, more in gases. Next, we learn melting, evaporation, condensation and freezing. Melting, the changing of phase from solid to liquid at constant temperature. Evaporation is a process of changing a liquid to gas at any temperature. Boiling, the process of changing a liquid to gas at constant temperature. The boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. The melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius. And then condensation, the process of changing gaseous state to liquid state is called condensation. And another phenomena, freezing, the process of changing liquid to solid is called freezing. Another phenomena, sublimation. Another important phenomena, sublimation. What is sublimation? Sublimation is a phenomena changing solid to a gas, that is sublimation. Changing gas to solid is another phenomena, that is resublimation. Melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius. Boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. Next, melting point, boiling points are different substances have different melting points, different types of arrangement of particles in different states of matter, different boiling points having different liquids. We learned many things today. Answer the following questions. Try to answer the following questions, children. First, boiling point of water. Write the boiling point of water, and then melting point. Melting point of ice. Next, third one, define the terms. Define the terms evaporation, condensation, melting, freezing and sublimation. write the properties of matter, and then factors affecting evaporation. And then how do you change gas to liquid? How do you change the gas to liquid? Okay children, ధన్యవాదాలు.
కోవిడ్-19 కారణంగా విద్యకు దూరమైన ప్రభుత్వ పాఠశాలల విద్యార్థులకు శుభవార్త. శ్రీ పొట్టి శ్రీరాములు నెల్లూరు జిల్లా కలెక్టర్ శ్రీ ఎంవి శేషగిరిబాబు గారు మరియు జిల్లా ఎస్పీ శ్రీ భాస్కర్ భూషణ్ గారి సూచనల మేరకు 8, 9వ తరగతులు చదువుతున్న విద్యార్థులకు రెమెడియల్ తరగతులను జిల్లా విద్యాశాఖాధికారి మరియు డిపిసి సమగ్ర శిక్ష శ్రీ ఎం జనార్దనాచార్యులు మరియు ఏపీసీ సమగ్ర శిక్ష డాక్టర్ వి బ్రహ్మానందరెడ్డి గార్ల పర్యవేక్షణలో ప్రతిరోజు ఉదయం 11 గంటల నుండి 12 గంటల వరకు 9వ తరగతి మరియు ప్రతిరోజు సాయంత్రం 3 గంటల నుండి 4 గంటల వరకు 8వ తరగతికి సంబంధించిన భౌతిక రసాయన శాస్త్రములలో పాఠ్యాంశాలు ప్రసారమగును. ఈ అవకాశాన్ని విద్యార్థులు సద్వినియోగపరచుకోగలరు.